It's not your fault and you don't deserve all the bad and the hurt. I know you tried so hard. I know you've done your part. It's not fair. You did your time. How much longer will you suffer in this life? But don't give up. Just hold on tight. It'll be alright. All your life you've tried to be a good man inside. Did everything that you thought you should. Didn't seem to do you any good.
Hey, how are you?
Hello.
I got 2 passports here for you.
You got anybody back here?
We got 2 cats.
2 cats.
Thank
you so much. Have a good one. Success. I was so scared. He was from Pennsylvania. So we are Big Bend bound. I was just looking online to purchase our national park pass. This might be so windy. But it said they have to ship it to you, so you're best off getting it in person at the park, and Big Bend is an issuer of passes, so we're gonna pick it up there. Woo!
Yeah!
See
Big
you
Bend bound!
along the way. Good morning and welcome to Big Bend National Park. Do you want to see our view where we slept last night? Just you wait, it's absolutely beautiful here. So this is where we parked. So as you can see, that Walmart was not Big Bend. And what happened was, as we got closer and closer to Big Bend National Park and the campsite, it was just, the temperature was rising and rising, and even the 2 of us were getting pretty hot. I wasn't really even looking at the temperature, but it ended up being about 98 degrees when we were going to be there, and the cats were very, like, obviously physically uncomfortable. We couldn't really cool off the van enough. It just, there was no shade to be found. We were by no water, obviously, so we decided it was in our best interest to just pack up the van, leave the spot. It was beautiful. I didn't even get any footage of this because we were both very stressed out. And we packed up and we headed about 2 hours north to Fort Stockton, slept in the Walmart, and then we made a game plan to switch our route since it's getting pretty hot pretty fast for the beginning of May. It's a little weird. But we're heading towards Guadalupe Mountain National State Park right now. Then we're gonna go up into New Mexico and see White Sands National Park and just kind of avoid the heat wave that's coming through the deep south and southwest right now. The difference with this is it's about 12 degrees cooler right now. So while we're still in a desert type atmosphere with not a lot of water around us, much more manageable for the cats. They're okay. We've been checking on them. And I will show you what our campsite looks like in about 47 minutes. So as we head for Guadalupe National Park, we have been around the border of Mexico for quite some time now, and I have been gung-ho about stopping. What? I've been gung-ho about stopping to get a nice authentic taco. Now, where we're at right now, I'm not totally sure, but we're leaving Texas, and I never got my freaking taco. So we're at Lindsay's Cafe. It's off a truck stop in Texas in the middle of a desert. So
Here goes nothing.
we shall see. Okay, we just got back from Lindsay's cafe. This is what we're working with.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
Cheers.
The corn tortilla is so good.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell it's homemade.
I give Lindsay's cafe a thumbs up.
I do too. If you're ever going from Big Bend National Park to Guadalupe, or like, what is it called? The Caverns. Stop here. Okay, see when we're back on the road.
With your hand on your heart, please tell me. And it's a start, but it's a mighty puzzle to lay. No need to say, how will I call? From those who steal till I find my way. How will I call?
Got our National Park pass.
Ready to roam the parks.
We're doing a 3.6 mile hike right now. Probably gonna take us about 2 hours, and then we're not bringing the cats. They're gonna be back in the van. It's really cool today. It's 66 or something right now, and it's not gonna get higher than 73, so until we get the backpacks, I don't really think the cats will be going on these big hikes with us.
No,
Which we do need to get those.
they don't really follow our lead. We follow theirs.
Yeah, so it would just be kind of a mess. But all right, we'll see what this hike entails.
Moon is watching shallow dreams. Night is rocking her to sleep. Wind whispers in the trees. Hidden secrets are hard to keep. Sunset in golden fields. Goddess warrior.
Just finished off our hike. Went and got the van, checked on the kitties. They are good. And now there is a little dishwashing station, so we have some dishes we're gonna wash up before we make some salads.
She's still waiting, holding on through the night. She's still waiting, wishing time could make it right.
We have left Guadalupe Mountain National Park and drove into New Mexico, if you can even hear this. We're going to be parking a little bit outside of White Sands National Park in a place called Lincoln National Forest. We're kind of hoping that we don't run into any super crazy dirt roads, but you never know. We'll see. This was supposed to be like an hour and 20 minutes, hour and a half drive, and it's been about, I don't know, 3 hours because we had to avoid unpaved roads. That's one thing with using iOverlander, like you don't know, it doesn't say unless somebody writes it, which I've learned that they don't because a lot of people have four-wheel drive and we do not. So fingers crossed we can get to this spot. It looks like a really nice spot with lots of shade and trees. See you when we get there. Some bumpy conditions. We are
made it.
home for the next few days at least. We just were sussing out some of the other camp spots to see if there was any other ones, but
Too far.
it gets a little too far and a little too bumpy. We just don't want
Yeah.
to push our car.
Right.
so.
She wasn't heating up, but it's not great for the tires and stuff, and
Yeah.
brakes are already making noise.
Yeah. I'll show you around our spot. Pack up camp and get started as we head. It's only about a 50-minute drive to White Sands. See how fast we can do this. Time lapse. What are you just doing? And we're done. See you at White Sands. We have arrived. I'll show you the area. It's crazy, the temperature. We just drove about 50 minutes and the temperature now where we are went up about 26 degrees. Those are the mountains we were just in, Lincoln National Forest. That's where we came in, and then you can keep going back about 16 miles that way, but that's where it was unpaved. We're off.
White Sands, baby.
No idea what to expect. We don't know if our sandboard's gonna work because it's not
Hopefully
waxed,
we can use this.
but we're gonna try. I have a feeling that the front and back of it are gonna become issues.
Like sink down.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna try it.
we'll see. It's about 86 degrees. And the sign said that 2 water bottles are required per one person and that it's dangerous to hike above 85. But we've seen other people go onto the trail. They don't know what they're talking
We went to
about.
Big Bend when it was 97. I think we can handle anything.
And we skirted out of there. But let's go, see what this is all about.
We're
Is it
back.
focused? I can't even tell. We're back.
Experience the White Sands National Park in all of its beauty.
Yeah, and it was hot. When they say that it's dangerous to hike above 85, I would understand why. Probably not on that mile one, but on the 5 mile one, I can't imagine. We would have been
No.
stopped so much.
Yeah. Have to bring water.
Yeah. We met a really awesome couple. Van Camp, Van Life. They just said that they were gonna look up our YouTube, so if you're watching, hello. It was really
Hello,
nice
van
to
campers.
meet you. That's like my favorite part. It makes me so excited.
Like meeting up.
Like just meeting people and like getting their story
Oh,
and like
yeah.
what they're doing.
Yeah.
Anyway, now we just tried to fill up water, but it's like being swarmed by bees. So we're gonna try and find a water fill up, and then we're heading to a dive bar back in Cloudcroft, New Mexico, where we stayed last night.
Love a dive bar.
Yeah, it's so weird. It's like the smallest town. It's a population of like 400. And somebody on our Instagram reached out and was like, I have a friend who lives here who recommended this, this, and that. So we're gonna go check out the dive bar.
Shout out to Nicole.
Yeah.
Nicole's the one who. Thanks.
Get a cold beer. Like maybe some french fries.
Yeah.
Oh, 17, I watched
Good morning, back in Lincoln National Forest. We're posting up, making some lunch right now. We were going to toast the bread on foil on our stove and then remembered that we have a toaster. However, We have also learned that certain things that have like heating proponents suck up so much energy, so I wanted to document this. So our EcoFlow, which is our extra battery bank basically, let's see what it's at right now. This is at 54% right now, so I'm gonna set you up somewhere and then plug in the toaster and see if it is the same situation. Toast is going in, and okay, so these are done and toasted, and in total now we are at 31%. So that just goes to show just how much power like you don't realize you're using in your home when you use a toaster, electric kettle, like a burner stove, anything like that. It's crazy. So we're gonna turn this off and plug it into the solar panels and charge that back up. So it's just an interesting little power snippet that we've learned when we went through our entire battery in the van in our first week by running everything in the world. All right, we're gonna eat some open-faced grilled cheese and tomato soup, and I'm really excited. Welcome back. So we haven't really vlogged today. I've been busy editing, hitting my head on plants, and Gene has been outside working on their drums. So just a busy work day. It felt really good to sit down and edit and just like take a break and actually do work stuff. So now I'm going to get started cooking some dinner. We are going to be making couscous with mushrooms, zucchini, onion, and some tofu. I'm really excited. I've been loving how many vegetables we're eating. They're just really cheap to get at like Walmart and stuff, and so that feels great. So I'm gonna set you up so you can see. Hello from our errands day. So as you saw, we left the campsite and headed to the laundromat. We got some gas, got water, and now we were going to the gym to work out and shower, more importantly. We were all ready. We just walked in, parked, closed up the car, and the showers are closed. So we're just gonna head to some BLM land, like an hour north, and aim for a workout and a shower tomorrow in Albuquerque. Not really expecting anything special at this place, but ready to just chill out.
Right.
Can I have a cold brew coffee, please, with oat milk? Oil change is done. I would call that a success. We only had to go to 2 locations this time. The first one just didn't have big enough bays. We're kind of used to that at this point. But it came to $58.70 77 and we were in there for about 15 minutes. Didn't even have to leave the car. So I would call that a major success. Now we are gonna head to a Walmart, get ready, and then we're going on an Olive Garden date. And we've arrived to Yemez, I think, Spring Campground. It's an iOverlander. It's a free camp spot. It's kind of just dispersed camping. There was a bigger rig when we first walked in. There's 10 over there, another Sprinter over there, and Sprout is ready to explore. Right, Sprout?
We are off to the hot spring.
We got your soul. Hunting alone.
Just came back from some hot springs.
That was
It was lovely.
10 out of 10. If you're ever in this area, 100% look up the hot springs, not the pay ones. This one
No.
is just, it was amazing. There's 2 of them. There's a little cave that's even hotter. It's not overly crowded, at least during the week it's not. And I mean, it was like probably, the cave was probably upwards close to 100 degrees.
Yeah, the inside is really shallow, but it's over, I'd say over 100 degrees, and then the lowest one is a little cooler, and then the middle one is like body temperature, like 98 degrees.
Yeah, it was very nice. We sat in there for a while. So this is where we are gonna leave you this week. I think honestly there was probably so much. Like we did Guadalupe, I don't know, this was a lot. So we're gonna make our way up north closer to Colorado so we can get into Denver and Colorado Springs and just explore a new state. We love New Mexico, but it's time
I've been to
keep
Colorado.
going.
I would love Colorado, but I'm gonna say I like New Mexico better.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was kind of all over the place and crazy, and that's just kind of how our lives are. So,
If you like the video, hit the thumbs up and subscribe.
bye. See you
ya.
next week. Nice.
In war, there's never an option to run.
Party all night. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I accidentally filled my wine cup up too much. Ooh.
You didn't accidentally do anything.
What you doing?
farted in front of you last night, and now it's just priorities of hiding our poop is no longer existent. Come to find out, you've been farting secretly that whole drive yesterday.